right, so good morning everybody. Thank you for joining us on the Hive. We're going to start seated. You can sit up nice and tall, relax your shoulders, and begin by taking some nice deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Becoming aware of your breath and becoming aware of your body as well. So feeling the expansion as you inhale and feel your body relax as you exhale. Sitting up nice and tall, reaching the top of your head towards the ceiling. And also feeling your sitting bones rooted down to the floor and to the earth. You might close your eyes, soften your face, and unclench your jaw. Continue to focus on your breath. Deep inhales and deep exhales. Beginning to quiet the mind and to arrive to this present moment. Simple breath awareness and a connection to the body. Checking in with your inner landscape, noticing if there's places that feel tight or discomfort. Start with the top of your head and work your way all the way down to your feet. It's like you're taking inventory of what's all that's happening inside. And we'll add in a little alternate nostril breath. So taking your right hand and with your thumb closing off your right nostril and inhaling through the left nostril. Closing the left nostril off with your ring finger and then exhaling out through the right nostril. Inhaling through the right nostril. Closing it off with your thumb, exhale through the left. And repeat this a few more cycles. Sitting up nice and tall, keeping the head facing forward. And again, bring your gaze inward. And completing one more cycle. And when you exhale out through your left nostril, releasing your hand back down to your lap. And then breathing through both nostrils. And just notice any change in your body. Maybe the mind's a little quieter. We'll take the arms out to the sides, inhaling as you lift them up. And exhale, lower the arms down. Repeat it again. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, open the arms down towards the floor. 3 more. Inhale, lift up. Maybe your palms lightly touch. Exhale, float the arms. And then the next time time, lift the arms up, inhale. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms up towards the ceiling as you exhale, and let the shoulders come down away from your ears. And stretch a little to the right side, up through the palms, pressing through that left sitting bone. Inhale, reach the palms back up towards the ceiling, and exhale over to the left side. Inhale, reach your palms back up, and then as you exhale, bend your elbows, squeezing your shoulder blades together, and open and spread your fingers, open and feel that stretched even to the palms of your hands. Take an inhale as you squeeze and open just a tiny bit more, and then exhale, bring your elbows and palms together to touch. Inhale, open the elbows, open through the heart and chest, and exhale, bring your palms and elbows to touch. And then one more inhale to open the arms. And exhale, bring the palms together and hands softly lower down to your heart. Roll the shoulders back and down, sit tall. And either gaze down to the tip of the nose or close your eyes. Again, soften your face. If you feel some tension there. Breathe nice and deep, feeling the chest rise and fall. Your hands might move with the breath. And enjoy that clearing out of the lungs. So deep breath, really get to the base of your lungs, left and right. Hands lightly touching in Anjali Mudra, and maybe take a moment to set an intention for your practice. And on your next inhalation, sweep your arms up towards the ceiling with the exhale to lower them down to your sides. And recross your ankles, bring the other leg in front, bring your hands to your lap, and then start to slowly circle the torso around. Staying connected inside, and notice all the sensations by this simple circling. And then go the other way around. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out as you bring yourself back up nice and tall. Take your arms up towards the ceiling on an inhale and exhale, twist right. So the arms lower, the hand, left hand to your thigh, right hand tended behind you. Sit nice and tall and then move into a gentle twist. Start with the belly and lower back. Feel that spiraling there through the lower spine, and then work your way up into the thoracic area, mid-spine, chest. Be aware of your breath. Feel space through the neck, and then let the head turn to the right. And on your next inhalation, face forward and take your arms up towards the ceiling, exhaling to the left side to balance this out. Start with the lower back, belly. Sit tall without leaning back. Feel that beautiful spiral right up through the spine. Take an inhale, just take the arms up towards the ceiling, and the exhale to lower the arms down to your sides. Bring the soles of your feet together. Hold on to the tops of your feet. Lift tall and then hinge at your hips. Start to lean forward. Feel inner thighs, Can you relax through the knees, feeling the weight just as they lower towards the mat, even energetically. As you inhale, lengthen a bit more. As you exhale, maybe hinge at the hips a little bit more, finding your edge. You're going to take an inhale to bring yourself up, and then exhale, bring your knees together, feet flat to the mat, arms by your sides, and slowly lower yourself down one vertebra at a time. So we'll lay down onto the back with the knees bent. And then take your left ankle to your right thigh and begin to rock that leg side to side. Feel that left hip. Feel the press into the glutes and moving back and forth. And then taking that right knee in towards your chest so the foot comes off the mat. The hands clasp around behind the right thigh. Or if you can bring your hands to your right shin. And then hug in and circle. And if you feel a lot of strain, you can also bring that right foot back down to the mat. Keep your left foot flexed so it's not sickling and turning. And keep that left knee pressed gently away from your body. Holding here, or bring that right leg up towards the ceiling, stretching the back of the right leg, the kidney line, and maybe a little movement here, circling, or open the ankle by pointing, flexing. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bend that right knee. One last stretch here, actually bringing the back off the floor, drawing your forehead up towards your right knee. Breathe fully. And then releasing the head back down, the right foot to the floor, left foot comes down as well. And just take a moment to bring your feet wide and drop the knees in towards one another. The arms can maybe rest overhead or by your sides, wherever feels most comfortable. Inhale here, and then exhale, let the knees open apart, bring the soles of your feet together and come into reclining bound angle. Let the knees slowly float back up. Take your right ankle to the left thigh, pressing that right knee gently away and rock side to side. And tension on that right hip. Gentle movement. Really honor your body. Do just what it needs in each moment. And continue there. Or bring that left knee in towards your body. Hands clasped behind the thigh or shin. Hold or bring that little movement in. Actually here, taking the left leg straight up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale, exhale, bending the knee, and then optionally one last part here, bringing the forehead up towards your left knee. And a deep breath in. The exhale to release, bringing the feet to the floor, feet come wide, knees come in towards one another. then let the arms open up, shoulder height to a T shape, palms faced up towards the ceiling. Bring the feet back in about hip distance and rock your knees side to side. Let your head turn opposite as your knees. Bring your knees back up, knees into the chest. Stay here with the knees hugged in, circling, or begin to do a few spinal rolls. So you're going to roll up, back to sitting on the floor and rolling onto the back. If you have any spinal issue, neck issue, then I recommend just staying here on your back, knees hugged in, and gentle massage of the lower back by circling the knees. Otherwise, just getting that spinal roll, opening the backbone and kidney line. And a few more. One more. And then we'll meet sitting up. So if your knees to chest, roll to one side. Come back sitting up into butterfly, soles of the feet together, holding onto the tops of the feet, sit up tall, inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. And what do you notice? Find your edge. Once you're at your edge, take a little side to side sway of your torso. And notice the places you can reach into in the hip, back hip, glute even, inner thigh. And then as you sway over to the right, tuck that right elbow in towards that hip crease and see if you can stretch a little further up and over towards the right side. And then sway back to center and over to the left side. Left elbow in towards the hip crease, lengthen and lean into it. And then sway forward. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold. And then bring yourself back up, crossing your ankles, bring your hands to the mat, coming into table pose. Spreading your fingers wide, knees under the hips, and also align your feet, your ankles with the knees. Tops of your feet can release or curl your toes. And then we'll inhale to cow pose, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale to cat pose, round the back. Continue this. Finding your pace. Go as slow as you need to really connect with your spine and to get a little bit more movement, a little more flexibility through your spine. Weight balanced on your hands. Initiate the movement from the tailbone. One more in each direction. Meeting back into table. Take your right foot out to the side. Take your left leg straight out behind. Right hand under the shoulder and come into a modified side plank, lifting your left arm up towards the ceiling. Take your left arm over the ear, stretching it a little longer through the side. Lift that left arm up as you inhale, and exhale, lower the left hand down to the floor, adjusting your hands, coming back to table. Let that left foot open out to the side, straighten right leg. Come into side plank on the opposite side. Left hand lines up with the left knee and the right foot. Extend that right arm up towards the ceiling and then maybe stretch it over the ear. Deep inhale. And exhale back to table, adjusting the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Take an inhale to cow pose and exhale into cat pose. Into neutral spine and take your left arm up towards the ceiling, slowly opening the chest. Take it to your edge. On the exhale, slide that left arm under the right, so you're lowering the left shoulder towards the floor. And then inhale, come back up, open the chest, lift that left arm, maybe it comes up a little higher. Exhale, thread it under the right. Inhale, lift the left arm up. And exhale, thread the arm through, and we'll hold here onto the left shoulder and the head comes down to the floor. Take your right arm up and circle your right wrist. Take a fist and open the hand, fingers. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Bring your right hand by your face to bring that left arm back. And one more time to open the chest, lifting the left arm up towards the ceiling. And the exhale to bring the left hand to the floor to table pose. Switch and take your right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, thread it under the left. Repeat this. Go at your own pace. See where you can take it. Find just the right stretch for you, for your spine, for your shoulder. Eventually coming back through, that arm slides under. You're on the right shoulder and then the side of your head to the mat, and that left arm now lifts up and circle the wrist. Get some movement there, some healing for the hand and fingers. Maybe a fist and then open and spread fingers. Take a deep breath in and exhale, lower the left hand by your face, bring that right arm through, back into table pose, aligning the hands under shoulders, fingers spread. Inhale to cow pose, and as we exhale, curl toes and lift the hips up towards the ceiling into downward facing dog. Begin to walk it out. Now getting that stretch to your ankles, even to the toes. Can you come up onto the tippy toes, heels reach up high off the floor. Take your feet, walk them out wide apart to the edges of your mat. And then swing the hips side to side. Keep reaching the hips up a little higher, and then walk your feet back in, hip distance apart. Take a nice deep bend of your knees to lengthen the spine. Start to straighten the legs a little bit as the heels reach back. Take an inhale. And exhale, lower your knees to the mat and take a child's pose, letting your hips slide to the heels, arms by your sides and forehead down to the floor. And rocks, so shift your weight back and forth and get that nice massage to the forehead as it presses into your mat. Now pressing the center of the forehead there to the floor, take your arms forward and walk them over to the left, sliding the hips off the heels to the right. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Walk your arms over to the right side, sliding your hips left. 2 deep breaths. Take your arms forward and stay here in extended child's pose or roll up to sit on the heels. You can also come up onto your knees if that feels better, or tuck a block between the feet or sit on a blanket is another option. And lift the arms up towards the ceiling. Bring your palms together And then bend the elbows so you're reaching your hands down towards the back, elbows up towards the ceiling. Lift your arms up, inhale. On the exhale, cactus arms, squeezing shoulder blades together. Inhale as you open a bit more. And exhale, bring your elbows and palms to touch. We're going to lower the hands and forearms down to the mat on your knees. And let the elbows part so that they come shoulder width apart. If you need to bring your hands first to gauge the distance here, you can wrap your hands around the upper arms. So that will help you guide to shoulder width apart. And then interlace your fingers and press your hands to the mat, wrists and forearms. Curl your toes and then let your knees just hover up off the floor a couple inches. Into a dolphin prep. Hold here or start to lift up a little higher so the hips reach up towards the ceiling. Gaze is back towards the feet. The head is off the mat. Relax your face. Notice what's going on in the shoulders and arms. If you need to lower the knees, do that to hover, or you can come out completely into maybe a table or child's pose. Deep inhale. Exhale to lower the knees slowly back down to the floor. Take the hips back towards the heels and let the arms come alongside of your body. Forehead to the mat and begin to rock again side to side. Coming to stillness, letting go through your arms, face, back, side. Continue to hold here, roll yourself up, sitting back on your heels, or you can also come to your knees. We'll add in a back bend here. So if you're on your heels, have your fingers behind you, lift the heart. If you've come up to your knees, take your hands to your lower back into camel pose. 3 deep breaths here as you lengthen the spine and open through your heart, through the chest and shoulders. Notice all that's happening in your body and your mind as well. Are you distracted with thoughts? Are you connecting to your body? Slowly coming out, meeting back into table pose, hands under the shoulders. Add in a cat to counter stretch, bringing the navel up towards the spine. Take an inhale to cow pose, looking up towards the ceiling. Curl your toes and exhale, press the hips towards the ceiling into downward facing dog. Take a look at your hands and just make sure wrists are parallel, middle finger pointing forward, and the fingers spread wide like a fan. And the weight is balanced between the hands, even the thumb mound, knuckles are pressed. And continue to pedal it out, so stretching the ankles, bending one knee then the other. And then from here, come into a plank. You can modify by bringing your knees to the floor. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, press back to downward dog. Optionally here, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Keep the legs straight and lifted. You can also be in table as a modification. In table pose and right leg lifted hip height. Deep breath in, and exhale, lower that right leg and switch. Bring the left leg up. Straight and lifted. Deep breath in, and exhale, lower the left leg. Bring your knees down to the floor to come into table pose, where we'll bring the right foot forward between the hands into a low lunge. If you need some support for your back, and you can tuck a blanket underneath. And from here, take a twist. So right hand to your right hip, the left hand's under the shoulder, and turn the chest to the right. Let that right arm circle up towards the ceiling. Circle back behind. Another circle, bring the arm up, forward, reach up towards the ceiling, and then open behind. And then one more, circle of the right arm. Bring that right hand to frame the right foot, get your balance, and then take both arms up. Either hands to your right thigh or arms stretch up towards the ceiling. Let the hips sink and lower as you lift the heart. Take one more deep breath in, and exhale, come into a restorative low lunge. So bringing the chest down, right to the thighs, so you're resting there on that right thigh, and let your head relax, so dropping the head a bit. Full breath in and out. And releasing up off that right thigh to bring your right knee back into table pose. Sink the hips back into child's. Bring the palms off the mat, finger pads to the floor, wrists and elbows off the floor, and draw the energy up through your hands. With the palms lower, press back up to the table, bring your left foot through between your hands. Again, support for that right knee if you need it with a blanket. Have your left knee stacked over your ankle, and lengthen the spine and bring left hand to hip and turn the chest to the left. And lifting left arm up towards the ceiling and circling that left arm behind, down towards the floor, forward and up. Reach behind. One more circle with that left arm and shoulder. Eventually letting that left hand come onto the left side of your foot, getting yourself stable and ready to lift into low lunge. Hands to the left thigh to start, or float the arms right up towards the ceiling. Spread fingers, maybe your gaze lifts up. Take another inhale. And exhale, lengthen the spine as you fold down onto that left thigh. Let the head relax. Settle yourself in. Lift up off the thigh. Take that left knee gently back to table pose. Sliding the hips back into child's. Taking the arms around behind, interlacing your fingers and pressing palms. And lifting the arms slowly up off the back, squeezing into the shoulders. Rocking gently side to side. Deep inhale. Exhale, slowly let the arms come down, resting by your sides, and hold there or roll up, sitting on your heels. Or come to your knees and take a back bend again. Lift your heart up towards the ceiling. 3 deep breaths in and out. Meeting into table pose. Transition mindfully. Fingers spread. Curl the toes, lift the hips up towards the ceiling into downward dog. From here, we'll bend both knees and look towards the top of the mat and begin to walk. Take little steps, mindful steps. Feel your body transition. Walk your way up towards the top of the mat. Feet hip distance and parallel. And let your knees bend so you can really let go and fold down over the legs. Give a little nod to your head, no and yes. And then bring your hands to the neck and give a little massage. And let your arms hang back down towards the floor, and as you press through your feet evenly, through the four corners of your feet, start to roll yourself slowly up. Stacking each vertebra, take your time. Eventually coming back up tall, head on top of the shoulders, palms turned forward, so just feel that gentle opening through your shoulders and chest. Breathe fully. Stand tall. Strong legs. And feel your sense of ease throughout your body, so even a gentle smile can help with that. Let the arms float up towards the ceiling, taking your right hand to the left wrist and up and stretch to the right. Breathe. Lift your arms up towards the ceiling, take your left hand to right wrist, stretch up and over to the left. And breathe. Arms reach up towards the ceiling. Take your time. Inhale. And exhale, let your arms float down to your sides. Bring your feet out a little wider apart. Loose arms, loose shoulders, and now swing back and forth, this gentle twist. Let's start here with some slow, deep breathing. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling out through your mouth. Maybe make some noise and sighs. You're all on mute, so you can make as much noise as you'd like. Good, and then add a more energizing breath. Inhale through the nose as you twist. Exhale through the mouth as you face forward. Come back to that long inhale, long exhale, and then let your arms come to your sides and walk your feet in below the hips. Hands come together to your heart. The shoulders are rolled back and down, and stand tall and take in again all that's going on inside your body. Start to bring your arms up towards the ceiling, and as they reach up, you might keep your palms together, touching to move into your back bend, or let the arms come wide apart. Feel the length, space among the front and side of your body and through the back side. Create more space. Inside, inhale, and exhale. Take a slow dive down over your legs, lead with your heart. Come up halfway, extended forward bend, so you can bring your hands anywhere on the legs that feels appropriate for support. So some of you might even have fingers tented in front of your toes. Try to lengthen and get any rounding out of the back. Feel a natural curve to the lower back. Sitting bones reach up towards the ceiling, and then notice what's happening down the back of your legs here. Deep inhale. Exhale to fold down into Uttanasana, forward fold, forehead towards the shins. Take a bend of your knees, hands to the mat, step your right foot back, plant the heel, so the right toes point to the side of your mat or a little slightly forward, and bring that right arm forward, come up to warrior two. Left knee's bent, arms out shoulder height. You can check back to that right arm, which sometimes can move and get a little off center there. Check out over the left arm and take a nice deep bend of that left knee, stacking it over your ankle. Feet rooted, lower body feels settled and grounded, and then light through your upper body. Bring a softness to the pose. Let that right hand lower to your back thigh, bringing your left arm up. Inhaling here. As you exhale, take your forearm to the left thigh and swing your right arm over the ear. And we'll repeat on the breath, inhaling to reverse warrior two, so the right hand to your back thigh, left arm up, and the exhale to side angle, forearm to the thigh, right arm stretches over the ear. One more. Inhale, reverse warrior two. Exhale to side angle. And then bring your hands down to frame your left foot. Step that left foot back to downward dog, or you can also come into table. If you're coming into downward dog, from there float to a plank. Hold here, or you can lower through chaturanga, maybe starting at your knees first, and bring your chest forward and lower it down to the floor. And come into a cobra, lifting your head and chest up off the mat, elbows hug in, tops of your feet press to the floor. Hold for another breath. Then press back to either table or downward dog. Deep bend the knees. Inhale, and as you exhale, walk your feet slowly up to the top of your mat. Folding forward. Inhale up halfway. And exhale, forward bend, forehead towards the shins. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, bring your hands together to your heart. Arms reach up, palms touch, or right hand to the left wrist. Stretch over to the right side. Rise back up on your inhale. And exhale over to the left side. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the arms lower down to the sides. Feet come wide apart. Swing your arms back and forth. This time start to let the arms rise up a little higher. Work your way right up the spine, mid-spine, into the shoulder area. Long deep breaths, inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Begin to let the arms slowly lower. They come down to the sides. Feet walk in. Feet either touching or hip distance apart. Arms float up towards the ceiling. Bend your knees, sinking into Katasana chair pose. Breathe as we hold. If you need to release the hands to your hips, you can do that, or come into cactus arms. Then on your next inhalation, take your arms up towards the ceiling into a back bend, and exhale, dive forward. Forward bend, and lift up halfway on your inhale. With the exhale, hands to the floor, stepping left foot back, planting the heel, righty bends. Get ready for warrior two. Left arm swings forward, and then open the arms out, shoulder height. Check back at that left arm, so it's hip height, shoulder height, reaching, and then that right arm, gaze up beyond your right middle finger. Opening the hips, opening along your chest. Turning your right palm up to face towards the ceiling and lowering your left hand, reverse warrior two, reach right arm up. Take an inhale. Exhale to side angle. And either hold there or flow with the inhale to rise back up to reverse warrior two. And the exhale to side angle. And one more. Inhale, reverse warrior two. Exhale to side angle. Finding that full breath in as you stretch. And the exhale to bring your hands down to the floor, pivoting that back heel off and either lowering to table or step that right foot back into downward dog. Either holding downward dog or float to plank. Maybe you're on your knees here for your chaturanga, lowering your chest down towards the floor. Inhaling to cobra or upward dog, hips and thighs off the mat. Hold for another breath or two. And pressing back into downward dog, floating the hips up, chest sinks. Take a deep breath in and lower your knees to the mat. Slide your hips back towards the heels and arms along the sides and come into child's pose. Take 5 deep breaths here as you relax your body and let go. If you feel discomfort, let the knees part, try that. Or try sitting on a blanket. Or you can also roll onto your back and do child's pose on your back with knees hugged to chest. Slowly make your way back up to sit down onto the floor. And to bring your left leg out in front and the right foot tucked to the inner left thigh. Flex your left foot so your toes point up towards the ceiling and square off your hips so your chest is facing forward. And hold here. You can have your fingertips to the floor for support or take your arms up towards the ceiling. Take a deep inhale as you lengthen. And exhale, slowly hinge forward. Use the breath to help open your body. Yourself back up and let the left leg open out to the side. Keep that right foot tucked in. Keep your left toes pointing up towards the ceiling, and then we'll twist to the right so that left hand comes to the outside of the knee or thigh. Right hand is behind you. You're doing that gentle twist to the right. Bringing your right arm up towards the ceiling, bring your left hand towards the belly or hip, right hip, and then stretch over to the left side so that right arm is reaching out over towards your left toes. Float slowly back up, use your core, lower the right hand down behind, and lift that left arm up towards the ceiling, opening your heart. Some of you might like to also lift your hips up off the floor. Inhale. And exhale to bring that left arm down, lower the hips if they were lifted, and turn over that left leg again, squaring your hips off over the leg. Toes stay pointed up, hands to the mat, or arms reach towards the ceiling with the inhale, and exhale, fold, reaching forehead towards the left shin. Let's make our way back up to switch the legs. So we'll bring the right leg right out in front. Left knee bends with the foot tucked inside. Toes point up. Arms reach or hands along the legs. Inhale and exhale, fold forward and notice how this side feels. Yourself back up to open that right leg a bit out to the side. Sit tall and twist to the left. Bring your left arm up towards the ceiling. The right hand comes in towards that left hip. Lift up and over to the right side. Reaching left arm up. Sitting up again, bringing the left hand behind you and then floating the right arm up. Maybe the hips rise above the floor. Chest lifts towards the ceiling, arm behind. Take another inhale. And exhale to release. Hips lower, that right arm lowers, turn over that right leg. Either hands to the floor, arms float up. Inhale and exhale down over the right leg. And then bring yourself back up to bring your knees in, knees bent, feet flat to the floor, and roll down onto the mat, keeping your knees hugged into the chest, hands just below the knees, and circle the knees wide apart and back together. Go the other direction. And let the knees come in together towards the chest. Take 3 deep breaths. Lower your feet down to the mat, keep your knees bent, and rock your knees side to side. And the knees drop to one side, hold there, let the head turn the opposite direction. And take a full breath and let your body relax. Bring your knees up and drop them to the other side. Head turns opposite direction as the knees. Allow your body to relax as you breathe fully. gaze float up and the head turns back to center, and then straighten one leg, then the other. Coming into Shavasana, and if you feel any discomfort in the lower back, you might keep your knees bent or tuck a pillow or blanket under the knees. Maybe cover yourself with a blanket and allow yourself to settle into the mat, into the floor. Shavasana, resting pose. And in a few minutes, I'll sound the bell. For now, just allow your body to relax. Your thoughts drift away. Back to your body, to your breath. Begin to stretch and move. Welcome to stay here, resting in Shavasana, or you can bring yourself up to seated. Placing your palms together at your heart, sitting up nice and tall and at ease. Your eyes close, gaze inward. A full inhale. Full exhale to let go. Bowing forward. May we all have healthy bodies, happy hearts, and peaceful minds. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing.